Hi, my name is Ayush and I'm from MEA Worldwide.
Hey,
Hi, Tati, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good as well. So thank you so much for joining in. And talking about, you first, we'll talk about Kaleidoscope. Congratulations, such a massive show and an intriguing show. So, I would love to have your first reaction on the success of the show.
I'm thrilled by the way it's been received. Like, I mean, just from the point of me reading the first scripts and understanding the concept of the show, I was like, this is sick. What? Like, I get really excited to watch shows that make you have to think and you got to like really pay attention to every detail and so I'm really excited by the way that people have really gotten into it. Like, people finding their own like orders and posting them like, oh, this is the best order, this is the best order. I'm happy that people have taken on the challenge of the game in that way. Or the challenge of the puzzle. So yeah, I love it.
Amazing, amazing. So, like you said, the most interesting part of the show is that it gives you the power of choosing how you want to follow the story.
Right.
When you got to know about it, what was your reaction? And did you feel like, oh, did that does that even happen in real life?
What, to be able to go through to choose
To
your way
go
through
through,
the story?
yes, yes,
Um, well, like that, well, that's what I thought was brilliant about it. Like, it was like to make it interactive with the audience in that way that like that they, because no, like no, in life, most of the time, like when have you ever been able to do this, to choose your way through the story or how you want to watch like the movie or whatever?
yes.
Like, it makes TV and entertainment in that way so much more immersive. Which I'm curious to see like what this leads to and like new ways of doing like innovative art. So yeah, I get very excited by it. Like, and I hope we continue to move in that direction.
Great. So you embraced your Korean culture in the series, and that was so heartening to see. How did you feel when you got the chance to honor your mother or your family by doing work in the Korean language? And does that open doors for other actors to embrace their culture as well?
Well, to answer that question first, I certainly hope so. I definitely hope that it opens doors for more people. It personally, like, I felt so proud. It still like even makes me emotional now that like it was a serious honor for me to be able to do that. And to honor my mother and her culture in that way, especially being that my mom is a Korean adoptee and that she was sort of forcefully taken from her culture. And she's been on a journey lately of trying to refine that, and so giving just any homage or credence that I could give to her in that way was just something that was very special to me. But I do very much hope that it continues to open doors for um, not only Asian Americans but for mixed race actors of all kinds, for us to create an even more color mixed world, that in this color mixed world that we're already in, and that we can show how culture truly does speak to character and is actually a really big part of all of it, of us as actual people. The culture that we were raised in or that we are a part of, it affects almost everything you do, whether you know it or not. So I do hope that this brings more. I do hope myself to be able to do more Korean projects. It's just a really big honor to be able to be seen in my truest self in that way. So yeah.
You did a fantastic job, and we loved it. We loved it. So now talking about you. Uh, it is one of the biggest shows on the planet, and I mean you floored us in season 3. Now Marianne is back in one of the scenes. I have a keen eye for the detail. In one of the scenes we see Marianne and Joe meeting. I mean, Joe finding Marianne in London, and that first look on your character's face gave an impression that you were a little happy to see him, but that expression changes as you get to know what love told you about him.
Right.
So just wanted to know if Marianne still hoped that Joe was not the person that love told her about.
I mean, if I feel like, yeah, of course, she would. Like, I feel like anyone would, especially when you've all of us as human beings, what we all want is connection, is love, is to be seen by someone, and to be seen clearly and understood. And I feel like with Joe, that was Marianne's first time of feeling so clearly seen by someone and falling in love with someone in a special way. So of course, especially after the life that she's had, no one would want to accept that so easily, that like, no, you're telling me the most beautiful thing that I've had in a while is a lie, or is a monster. Like that's unbelievable. So I appreciate you for picking up that little because I was like, I hope people catch this. So I'm like, yes. Because like, yeah, it's like, so in that initial moment, it's a lot of mixed emotions. Because yeah, initially she's like, oh my God. And then she's like, oh my God. Like, so yeah. Yeah.
Great. So, okay. So, I mean, what we have seen in the past 3 seasons, Joe has murdered uncountable number of people. But why are we still rooting for him? And as a fan, do you root for him as well?
I no, I do not root for Joe. None of us should root for Joe. I feel like we'll all be asking ourselves this question though, till the end of times, of like, why does everyone love Joe so much? Like, he's not a good guy, like in no means of the word. Like, even in his like faux, like trying to like, oh, I'm a good person, I can change, like, is a delusion, because he's not willing to face all of the like crazy things that he's done leading up to this point. So like, what's happening? What are we doing here? But I think that it is just human nature to be drawn to the uh, uh the faux pas, the scandalous, the things uh that we know we shouldn't do, or shouldn't, like, we want to rebel. So I feel like that's the draw that people have with Joe. I also think that they're just like seeing the beautiful thing that is Penn Badgley,
Yes.
and getting confused. So I think that we've just got some wires crossed.
Okay, so Teddy, last question for you. So, part one of you season four is just around the corner, and people love the show. And, I have seen it, it's bombastic once again. So, what will you say to your fans about the upcoming season? And should they buckle up for another thrilling ride?
Uh, yeah, I think that everybody should buckle up for quite the roller coaster this season. It's gonna be a fun ride, and I'm saying that, guys, like, as a fan of the show, like, I'm like so pumped to like actually like have this season come out. Like, get ready. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tati, for giving us your time. First of all, I love your hair. I love it. I love your hairstyles, everything. Thank you so much. Have a good day and all the best for you season four. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Aish. It's been a
Thank,
pleasure. Have a wonderful day.
thank you. Same here. Thank you.